Euro 2024 Qualifying England vs Malta prediction, team news, lineups preview. England's final home game of a near-impeccable Euro 2024 qualifying campaign sees the Three Lions host Minnows Malta at Wembley in Friday's Group C battle. While the Three Lions are already guaranteed to finish top of the section, Gareth Southgate's side are still out to achieve maximum points this month in the hope of entering Pot 1 for the group stage draw. Match preview. Completing their two-part revenge mission over Italy at the scene of their Euro 2020 heartbreak, it was only fitting for England to book their flights to Germany with a comprehensive beating of the reigning continental champions, who are not the same force they were during Roberto Mancini's glory days. The Three Lions were briefly made to pay for an atrocious defensive episode as former West Ham United flop Gianluca Scamacca crashed home from close range. But a pair of Harry Kane strikes either side of a Marcus Rashford finish completed a stellar comeback for Southgate's troops, who had previously looked uninspiring in a 1-0 friendly win over Australia. England's beating of the Azzurri moved them onto 16 points from 6 games in Group C, and while Italy and Ukraine can draw level with the Euro 2020 runners-up, the head-to-head column will come to the Three Lions' rescue if they suffer a pair of shock losses in their final 2 matches. While first place is wrapped up, England still have one more mission to accomplish, as they are one of 7 teams battling for 3 spots in Pot 1 of the group stage draw, which will be allocated to the best-performing teams in the preliminary rounds. Hosts Germany and Portugal are already present in that section. However, England have a game in hand on 3 of those 7 nations in Belgium, Austria, and Turkey, all of whom could be left in the Three Lions' wake with defeats in their final group matches, and an emphatic 14th straight home win in Euros qualifying will be no less than the Wembley faithful demand on Friday. The situation could hardly be more different for a beleaguered Malta crop, who will only be out to restore the smallest sliver of pride in their final contest in Group C, which has ended up being another continental nightmare for the world's 171st ranked nation. One of 5 teams without a single point on the board, sharing that unwanted honor with San Marino, Cyprus, Gibraltar and Liechtenstein. Malta are at risk of losing every one of their Euros qualifying matches for only the second time in 51 years. The visitors lost 8 out of 8 during the preliminary rounds for Euro 2000. However, Michel Marcolini's men were briefly in dreamland against Ukraine on matchday 7. As Paul Bang gave Malta the lead with just 12 minutes played, but Ryan Kamenzeli turned into his own net before Artem Dovbyk and Mykhailo Mudryk completed the Ukrainian comeback in a 3-1 beating. Guaranteed to finish dead last no matter what transpires at Wembley on Friday, the Reds will surely be left to reflect on another miserable year where 1-0 friendly wins over Gibraltar and Luxembourg were the only highlights. And their losing streak in Euros qualifiers could stretch to 17 matches in the English capital. England's sojourn to Torquay in June saw the Three Lions customarily thump Malta in a 4-0 beating, seeing the hosts make it 6 wins from 6 against their cellar-dwelling opponents, who have only scored once in this fixture to date, a Richard Wright own goal in a 2000 friendly. Team news. 1 month on from running the show against Italy, Real Madrid hotshot Jude Bellingham headlines a quintet of England withdrawals, as a shoulder injury has forced the 20-year-old to pull out alongside Lewis Dunk, James Maddison, Callum Wilson and Levi Colwill, while Marcus Rashford and Calvin Phillips are yet to link up with the team for personal reasons. John Stones, Luke Shaw, Ben Chilwell and Reece James are notable defensive absentees too, opening the door for Rico Lewis and Ezri Konsa to earn their first call-ups, while Cole Palmer has also benefited from the controversial omissions of Raheem Sterling and James Ward-Prowse to join the senior ranks for the first time. While Southgate's defensive options are noticeably limited, the England coach ought to consider mixing things up before a trickier test in the shape of North Macedonia next week, which could see Sam Johnstone, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Jared Bowen and Conor Gallagher handed chances to impress. As for Malta, the standout inclusion in Marcolini's 24-man squad is Jamaican-born attacker Kemar Reid, who has plied his trade in the Maltese Premier League since 2016 and is now in line for his first cap after gaining citizenship towards the end of October. The visitors' offensive ranks have also been bolstered by the returns of Teddy Tuma and Jody Jones, neither of whom were available for October's fixtures due to injury, and the former should occupy the number 10 spot on the back of registering 4 goals and 2 assists in 10 League One games for Reims this term. England possible starting lineup: Johnstone, Walker, Gahey, Maguire, Trippier, Alexander-Arnold, Henderson, Gallagher, Bowen, Kane, Foden. Malta possible starting lineup: Bonello, S. Borg, J. Borg, Pepe, Adard, N. Muscat, Gillamir, Kamenzali, Tuma, Jones, P. Mbang. We say England 5-0 Malta. Whether Southgate opts to go full strength or deploy a much-changed 11 for the visit of Malta. There should only be one outcome on Friday night, as England further their Pot 1 ambitions with a comprehensive thrashing. With Tuma and Jones back in the fold, Maltese fans may possess a glimmer of optimism about their side's chances of breaching a ravaged England defense. But they should soon be subjected to a rude awakening. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.